Hallo meine wunderhübschen Otter, ignoriert den Fakt, dass ich einen Stroh-Fedora-Hut aufhabe, obwohl das Wetter nach mehr pisst, als wenn man Monster Pipeline Punch trinkt. Denn trotz Regen fühlt es sich wie in einer Sauna an, weshalb mein deutsches Blut und diese gasige Luft etwas gemeinsam haben.
Gore is one of the most controversial topics on the internet. More controversial than 2Mad posting very unhinged shit on his Twitter. And Gore is controversial for a good reason. It's actual death, and it's deplorable, and it's disgusting. Now, for the people that don't know what gore is, do not watch this video, not because of the very disturbing topic itself, but because the energy of this video will give you a rather wrong impression of what it actually is and how negative it affects the human mind. To put it plain and simple, gore is known as very violent death, very violent acts, war crimes, intestines, autopsies, guts spilling out, just tons of blood caught on camera and put onto the internet for everyone to see. Now, for the people questioning why I talk about such a disgusting and deplorable topic as a start of my commentary category, you have to understand the meaning and how frequent it actually is on stuff like TikTok and other sketchy sites on the internet. Because if you were a 13 to 15-year-old boy or girl on your Windows XP laptop and you were searching for whatever kind of hot viral internet video like Smosh content or AVGN episodes, or whatever kind of meme like all your base are belong to us, chances are your friend has sent you a little bit of a more grotesque video than usual. Like I stated in the beginning, and I'll say it now, it is a very dark topic, and my intention with this video is not to spread sunshines and butterflies around this, but I think gore on the internet as a genre itself is a very interesting topic to me. Gore has been around the internet since the second year of the internet's existence, with websites like Rotten.com, Best Gore, Ogrish, which rebranded into LiveLeak. These websites picture how you can't censor the internet since there's always a way it comes around, and sadly, it's kind of true. Even in 2023, there's still a lot of shock media coming out of nowhere. The cat blender video that blew up on Twitter, and that one guy that removed his butt hair with Nair cream, and that has like 30 million views on YouTube, but let's not get carried away. I mean, there's a huge difference with this kind of shock media and this kind of shock media. The point is, yes, the internet has turned into a very sensitized and moderated place, but there will always be a way gore gets on the internet despite it being deleted in like, 3 hours. So to shed a light on the most disgusting and disturbing things in the world, I thought I could bring my experience and my thoughts on the topic. Enjoy.
It is the year 2020. COVID-19 has attacked the globe and is putting us all in a rat cage. But 13-year-old Lars used his time wisely as he has built friendships between all kinds of communities and formed a personality around himself on the internet. Spending a lot of time on the internet and looking for all kinds of shitpost material, memes, and just all around all kinds of media to enjoy, until his Danish friend Toxic came to make a confession. The confession being, he has some videos.
So in August 2020, me and my good friend Toxic were goofing around, you know, typical internet behavior. We were just full on just posting Gen Z humor compilations like, "I had a pizza!" We would just keep posting that kind of shitpost material to each other, and he said he had a couple of gore videos, which I was interested in because obviously, like many others, I was new to it. Usually the only times I would have heard of gore was in, for example, Markiplier's 50/50 Reddit challenge videos. For those that don't know what the Reddit 50/50 challenge is, it's basically a subreddit with a bunch of posts where you can either get something very wholesome like an otter juggling with marbles, or you can get something really grotesque like a bunch of Asian chicks shitting and on each other. So being the curious and still polite and sweet 13-year-old boy that I was, I felt brave, so I clicked on the play button, and it was the dumbest and quirkiest Discord type of video you could imagine. The beginning was just SpongeBob doing the victory screech, and before he did the scream, it cuts to a video of some guy cutting off the tip of his stick. And no, this was not that one like BME Pain Olympics final round video. No, it's just a random video of some guy probably sniffing too much
flour.
and then deciding to cut off his wiener because he hates things that look like strawberries. I mean, it literally looked like a strawberry on a candle. The other video that Toxic sent to me was actually better in terms of picturing gore, and well, I don't want to sound like I'm not taking this serious, but
I will cut off your testicles and sell them on the black market if you say the word cool on something as serious as this.
It's just a camera or some CCTV recording of some guy on a motorcycle who seems to have gotten lost with his motorcycle because somehow he got into like a train station or something like a subway area. Then he falls off the bike because he's like going 100 miles per hour in the subway area, and then immediately just slams into a pillar and entirely just splits in half. I mean, he didn't live for any second longer than that. He didn't just ram into the pillar and then have like some severe bone or stomach pain. No, he was just done. I don't know how he got there in the first place, but he must have like driven down the stairs or something. But rest in peace to that guy. Jesus. The year is 2023 now. Yes, it's still grotesque, and I'm rather just talking about the frequency of the gore rather than how it has changed, because, I mean, shit hasn't changed at all. A couple of months ago, there was a Twitter gimmick account called Hidden Replies Checker getting popular, which, just like the name says, tells you what's in the hidden replies of a Twitter post. As that hidden reply account got popular, every hidden reply was just a literal shock mixtape or an actual just fever dream. But let's not slip off the rails. So recently in February or May or so, I've gone back to watching gore. Now you might question yourself, obviously, what's going on in your head? Why do you consume this kind of media, and are you a psychopath? And I don't think these are far-fetched questions to ask, because I mean, you're watching someone die for the purpose of shock value. But you also have to ask, what's the motive of watching gore? Well, the reason why I started watching this sort of media again is because it's giving us this sort of horrific side of reality. I was really confused on what was going to happen with the world further as we go, seeing everyone become so sensitized and trying to spread positivity, which is pretty good, and I think it should be how we look at the world in general, but I thought it was kind of foreshadowing how horrible and dark the world can actually be. So I consumed this type of media to get a good look on the tragic side of reality and what would actually happen in these kind of situations. Because the world has been and will always be a place for both good and evil. I don't think there's any kind of like political system or special government in the world that can prevent these horrible tragedies from happening. Hence being sent on the internet, and living with the thought that these tragedies you see on these gore sites can happen to anyone, you just have to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, is very chilling and unsettling. And I think that's the message that most of these gore videos try to spread, and it helps you learn these lessons on these certain situations. For example, car crash videos. Focus on traffic, don't take any risks to put your own life and other lives at risks, and stuff like this will not happen. This does not mean by any means that you should consume gore content just to relax yourself or, you know, learn lessons. But I think you can get a good glimpse of what would happen in these certain situations if you were not aware of the things that could happen. To me personally, I think watching gore is not a crime and it's not illegal, but questioning the reasonings behind watching this type of content isn't all that wrong to do, since there are a ton of bad people who just watch this kind of media for their sick pleasure. My reasoning is just getting a good look on these violent sides of the world and being interested in how situations like executions would look like when they take place. Now, don't get me wrong, of course it's definitely against things like terms of service or any kind of social media and such, but I think understanding what is happening to these people and how they got into that situation, and maybe giving some kind of respect in the first place, it's better than pulling a Logan Paul Okigahara force mode. But anyways, sorry that this is a bit of an unsettling start of my commentary content. I just wanted to talk about this topic because I feel like a very spiritual thinker, and I think hearing other people's opinions and experiences and thoughts about gore is very interesting to listen to, and I think that's what I really feel like doing, just gathering information about controversial things, questioning the morality and intentions, and giving my spiritual thoughts about it. But that's obviously not what I'm looking forward to doing with my commentary videos. I'm looking forward to just shine a light on old internet gems. But with all that being said, stay safe and have a good night!
Have you ever watched Best Gore? I watch all these things. I don't watch them because I'm some kind of sicko. I watch them to try and desensitize myself. Because imagine one day you're sitting in Paris, you're sitting there having a fucking coffee, and terrorists roll through with AKs, and the person next to you has their brains blown. I'm gonna be like, bang, I've seen that before. Okay, boom, drunk and dive and take one terrorist out, next to the AK, go Rambo, take out all of them, Pakistan.
Well, here's a fun fact, Mr. Andrew Tate. Bullets are faster than humans.